The following podcast is being brought to you by the Defy Life Podcast Network.
Maybe we can still heal you. Why? So you could just lock me up? No. Just bury me in the ocean with my ancestors that jumped from the ships. Because they knew death was better than bondage.
Oh, you think darkness is your ally? You merely adopted the dark. I was born in it, molded by it. I didn't see the light until I was already a man. By then it was nothing to me but blinding. The shadows betray you because they belong to me.
In the hell do you think you are?
Okay, it's not working out. I'm gonna need the suit back.
For how long?
Forever. Yeah, let's
No, please,
Let's have it.
You don't understand. This is all I have. I'm nothing without this suit.
If you're nothing without this suit, then you shouldn't have it. Okay?
So Oz, tell me, of all the different mantles that are in comics that have been passed down from character to character, for example, there's been multiple Robins, multiple Batmans, multiple Captain Americas. Which one of those mantle passing to a different character do you think had the least amount of consequence on the character overall?
Man, I'm going to straight off the bat say for that little bit of stint when Black Panther was Urban Black Panther, he was like this ex-police officer or something like that. Or maybe ex-military man. And like it wasn't T'Challa at all. Yeah, it was really crazy. He was running through the streets in like his Black Panther suit, but then like he had on like black fatigues, you know, it was with boots. It was weird. I will say,
I'm glad I missed that.
Yeah. Well, hey,
I'm glad I missed that one.
I will say, aside from, you know, you got your Thors, you got your Jane Foster, you got your Bucky, you got your Sam for the Caps. You know, I'm going to say once again, man, that Black Panther and when Dick Grayson took over actually for Batman.
As the move with the least amount of consequence?
Yeah, no one cared. Because they knew Batman was coming back. They didn't care.
That is absolutely inaccurate. What? No, are you kidding me? The least amount of consequence? Let me tell you exactly what Dick Grayson being Batman did. Dick Grayson being Batman did two things. Because that series established pretty much that Dick Grayson is the number 2 in the Bat family. There's a comic called Battle for the Cow, where all the Bat family is pretty much battling to see who's gonna take over. And there's a reason Dick Grayson won. It also showed that he's more than capable of headlining his own show. Like he had some interactions, you know, with some of the other DC characters, and he more than held his own. I'm glad he's not Batman, because he's more than capable as his own character. But I don't think it has the least amount of consequence. People will remember him as Batman.
No. Look. It goes like this. Yeah, you know, all you're professing there, regular, is this. Everybody knows Dick Grayson's number 2. There's not a doubt in anybody's head. Dick Grayson is always number 2. The only leap has been from Batman to Batman Beyond. No one, you go back to Injustice, And man, even Batman forsook his own son when the accidental death of Dick Grayson happened. Come on, man. No one even is even questioned that. But I will say, again, they're just like, yeah, yeah, Dick Grayson, he's going to be Batman. It's fine, but we know Bruce is coming back. But when it comes to things, people don't remember that there was a Black Panther running through the streets in New York, man.
Was it still T'Challa though?
No, again, remember, it was not T'Challa at all. It was this cat named something. I'm not doing my research. I'm sorry, folks. Hey, yo, folks on Twitter, all our people's listening to us.
Oh, wow.
Hit us up on this. It was I told you again, it was crazy. He was chilling with boots and fatigues, man. And then, hey, let me tell you something. A regular Scott. I'm not trying to bum you out. There was a little stint when Black Panther, I believe, was a white dude, for a hot second, The Shuri, is going to take the mantle for sure. She has in the book. But you got to remember, people got wacky, dude. The 80s and the 90s were some wackiness, man.
I don't think a white Black Panther would do too well in today's age.
Okay, well, hey, absolutely. Check this out. Do you remember when Wolverine's son took over his mantle of Wolverine? I guess it was called Dark Wolverine.
No.
Okay, point taken. And then
X-23 was a much better Wolverine replacement than his son.
Oh, absolutely true. And then, oh man, we're gonna, you know what? I think that is worthy of us approaching that a little bit later too.
All right, fair enough. So before we get too deep into that, let me set the table. This is Take a Knee for Marvel vs. DC. I am your host, Regular Scott. This is my co-host over here, Ozzy Killmonger. Ozzy, say what's up.
What up, good people?
You're only going to hear the two of us. V's is not here with us, but he will be back for the next show, so don't y'all worry. So look, I got, before we start, let me, I listen back to all the shows. You can say what you want, but I like to listen back and, hear if there's some things that I got wrong or if there's some things that V's and Oz got wrong.
So here we go.
This is going to be a little segment that I like to call Regular Scott Brings the Facts. So
here we go. I knew it was coming.
Regular Scott brings the facts about After Earth. Now, I know we talked about After Earth, apparently making all this money that you guys said it made. But let me go over a couple things that apparently weren't brought up in the conversation. Now, there's no doubt that After Earth made about $240 million worldwide. No question about that. And it cost about $150 million budget. Now, when we talked about the advertising, which I brought up, I was quickly shot down and told that that's in the budget. But what was not told was that the overseas advertising is not in that budget. And the overseas advertising was 100 and I believe 20 million. So we're looking at about let's say $50 million. We'll take off a few mil just in case I'm wrong. Is what it costs to make that $235 million making movie.
Hey, broke even. Perfect. Great. Win-win. I mean, so a bunch of million, so not a bunch, a couple or 2 or 3 millionaires contribute to that movie, and I'm sorry, it was not Infinity Wars. Hey guys, hope you learned your lesson and you caught train.
I'm just saying, man. I'm just fact checking. Now, another thing, we did not bring up Zoe Zendaya for not only Guardians of the Galaxy, which you said she was in costume for and is fair, but she's also a very main character in Star Trek.
Oh, absolutely, yeah.
So
absolutely, yeah.
And that's not directed at you. I'm saying all of us. We all forgot that she's a very prominent character in Star Trek. So to me, she might need to be on that Mount Rushmore.
Let me just say this for all our people listening to us,
Oh,
all
and
our fans and
before Oz says that, you guys can
Yeah.
contact us at knee for Marvel vs. DC. And that is the number 4. Again, at knee for Marvel vs. DC.
Yeah, man. Let me say this quickly. As a full-on Blackie, which is a black Trekkie, I apologize for not representing and realizing that too.
Hey, it's all good. We all
Many
slip up.
many apologies because Star Wars, boo.
Star Wars. Yeah, well,
Star Trek for life. So.
It's funny. It's funny. You brought up Jar Jar Binks, but you didn't bring up Zoe in Star Trek.
I get so traumatized by Jar Jar Binks in Star Wars, man. It's the first thing, man. It's like clowns.
Hey,
you just get scared of them.
But how many people do you think really knew that Jar Jar Binks was played by a black guy?
Oh, I see. You know what? The interesting thing is, I wonder how many people knew he played Jar Jar, that he was black before they realized how horrible he was. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like
right.
They're like, oh, there's this character. Who's this? We don't know. But then once they found out how bad it was, they're like, who is that cat playing that dude? Oh,
Yeah, he's immortalized.
And actually putting it, and him being like black, absolutely put that extra little venom to the nerds, us, So yeah, so it just like I feel for that cat, man. I definitely feel for that cat.
Well, there is the fan theory that he's technically a Sith Lord.
Right, like remember that? Yeah, there was an awesome fan theory that he was really like a very manipulative like Sith Lord, and man, please keep that fan theory going.
And look, and before anybody says Star Wars is not part of the Marvel vs. DC banner, it's definitely under Marvel.
Oh. Why?
No, it's been under Marvel. Vader. No. Hey, look. Vader Down is a good comic. Vader Down is really good.
Yeah, but I mean, so then are you saying Star Trek is definitely DC?
No. I'm saying like Star Wars is written under the Marvel banner.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I copy that.
Yeah, no. I'm not comparing the two. I'm just saying it's like under the banner.
Yeah, no, I know.
But no, Vader Down is a really good comic.
There are, and I'm not even trying to hate, there are some brilliantly done stories, man. And,
go ahead. I'm sorry, go ahead.
Go ahead.
I was going to say, that one of the first graphic novels I ever read that really hooked me, and I probably read it about 10 times, and now all of a sudden I can't find it. I'm pretty sure Oz has it. Doesn't want me to have it back. But it's called Star Wars Dark Empire. I think it's number 3? Number 2? Number 3? I'm not sure which one it is. But it's, Leia and Luke, they have a lightsaber battle. Luke's on the dark side. It's a great novel. I don't want to give too much because I don't want to give wrong details because I haven't read it in a while, but it's great.
No, just to be clear, you can't have that one back there. So, okay.
That's what I figured. All right, so let's...
it is a good one.
So let's get into the news. One of the things I wanted to go over, this will probably take up a lot of the news segment. We only have a couple of things. I want to go over the DC schedule for the DC Universe application, I guess you would call it. Is it an app?
It's an app, yeah.
So we'll call it an app. Sorry, guys, I'm not tech savvy. Here we go. So, obviously, we have Titans. They'll be coming out with new episodes through the end.
Go ahead. Believe this. They have episodes out, and if you guys are not watching Titans, you're sleeping.
You heard that? That's he's telling you. That's a fact. I haven't seen it yet myself. I'm going to wait for a few more episodes. I'm going to do that trial. I'm going to see how I like it. I'm going to binge watch them all.
Yeah, and then regular Scott, not to interrupt, because I do. But I'm just telling y'all, when all y'all have your comments about Starfire, she's not the alien, y'all need to hold out. That's the first step. Let's all hold out. I know in this age of MAGA.
Hey, I did say that. I did say that, though.
Yeah, but then, Scott, you kicked the knowledge. Do I acknowledge that you kicked the knowledge?
I'm just saying.
But I was just saying that y'all need to hold out. and then and then make your comments before y'all get all flustered out and they have to adjust your spectacles and stuff, man. It's everything's cool. Let's just hold out and see what's going on here. But that show, dude.
Is it like that? Like, are you sound very, very high on this show.
Man, I'm telling you, look, Scott, dude, you are the quintessential Dick Grayson fan.
That's my guy.
And you are always, hey y'all, I'm gonna bust this dude out real quick. He don't want y'all to know this, but I'm gonna have to bust him out. This cat is the biggest Dick Grayson Robin fan you'll ever see, and he itches to see a Robin do his thing.
That's my guy, man. Like, Dick Grayson's that dude. Like, he's been that dude for a while.
Let me tell you, and let me tell y'all, Dick Grayson does his thing in Titan. I mean, dude, he... Okay, all right, enough. Watch Titan.
Hey, listen,
dude.
whenever you get around to finishing it and I get through like the first 6 episodes, we'll do a show on it.
Yeah, it deserves a good show, man.
We'll definitely do a show.
And I think everybody will agree. Hit us up on Twitter. Let's hold out on what's seeing up with Raven and Beast Boy. But man, you get the feeling that Dick Grayson's been through some shit. Okay,
I like that. All right. Now you got me excited. All right, let's get back to the schedule before I start asking too many questions about Titans. Well, actually, so that's going to run to the end of November, and then it goes into something that I'm really excited about. And to be honest, I'm probably a little bit more excited than I was about Titans. You know what that is?
Say it. Oh yeah. Oh, just say it. You know what it is.
Young Justice comes out. It's going to be Young Justice 3. It's going to be split into 2 parts. The first part will be January to February, so they'll release episodes those 2 months. And then the second part will be June to July. So that's going to be coming out. And then, I'm really excited about that.
Yeah, man. Like Young Justice Outsiders, right?
Pretty much, yeah. I think it's going to be really good. I'm really excited about that, so...
Yeah. Well, here's the other thing too, man. Not when Marvel Universe comes out on the app, I'm sure I'll be spending my money on that too. But for that DC Universe, there's so much potential, man, because they have all of the Batman animated stuff. They have dude, it's just they got the Superman, the Batman. I even crept up and watched the Death in the Family of the Death of Batman, that one, and then I mistakenly spent money and rented the Death of Superman when they busted out the Death of Superman on that. It was cool. I was like, I get you. It's good.
Yeah, so we will see how that goes. Doom Patrol comes out 2019, February till the end of May. Then we're going to get Swamp Thing, which is going to come out the end of May to the beginning of September. Then we're going to get Stargirl from
they're going hard.
The end of August through the end of November. Then we're going to get animated. All those were live action, by the way. Then we're going to get an animated Harley Quinn from October until 2020.
And then we're going to get a little bit of DC fatigue, and it'll be okay.
I think there's a good chance that might happen before that.
Yeah, there's a lot going on with them cats, man. And Marvel's going, let's see what happens.
That's a whole lot right there.
Well, it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of good because they're just, they're doing that because they're viciously trying to play catch up. Because, as I've said over and over again, man, please, everybody hit us up on Twitter. Let us know what you're thinking again. DC's animated game is awesome.
No question.
DC's live action game, yeah, not so much. Marvel's animated game, and they do have one, not so much, So they're just trying to play catch up with Marvel, right now.
Well, DC's what that the animated game is what they got. Like you said, that's the bread and butter. That's what they need to stick with. That's what they need to be serving on every meal. I think the Reign of Superman is going to be good. That's coming out.
Oh yeah, that's
the Death of Superman was good. Young Justice to me is arguably one of the best. One of the best animated series ever. To me.
Yeah, absolutely. Animated adaptation of a comic book, dude, by far.
No, I agree.
It just made, and it also made me a little nostalgic too, because there was a pretty awesome, when I was a little kid, there was a pretty awesome Teen Titans. Like they used to do like 5-10 minute episodes,
Mm-hmm.
and it was really cool, and you always wish that they would like had better animation, and when they have this stuff, man, Young Justice is top notch, man. It's great.
Yeah, I agree. So out of all that, what are you least excited about?
For the DC universe?
Yeah, off that schedule I just gave you.
Nah, I'm gonna say, man, me, dude. Seriously, I usually, and it's a problem with me, and I acknowledge it, folks. It's okay. I stick with things, man. I gotta just see how it all plays out, Like Stargirl, I think there's potential, I'm not opposed to it, but I definitely, man, I am in it to finish this Titans thing,
I'm curious to see how that Swamp Thing one would go.
Well, yeah, that's gonna be a good one too. But man, and then that Doom Patrol, what?
Aren't they in Titans?
They actually are going to be in this coming up episode, man.
Way to lay the seeds, laying the seeds down. I like that.
Yeah, man. So I will give whether you like it or not, regular Scott. I'm gonna give a sneak preview of that tomorrow, next episode, next podcast.
Okay, good. I'm with that. So, have we talked about Birds of Prey?
We have not. And by the way, folks, that is on DC Universe too.
Birds of Prey?
Birds of Prey is on all episodes.
Hold on. I'm talking about the movie.
No, but hey, just a preview. The little hidden gem that's on DC Universe too. But go ahead, let's go.
Yeah, I was more so talking about the movie that's coming out that's going to star Margaret Robbie, who played Harley Quinn in Suicide Squad. Yeah. She'll be directing and producing this movie as well. So she'll play that role. Mary Elizabeth Winstead will play the Huntress.
Whoa!
Okay. She was in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. She was the main girl. She was in the latest Cloverfield movie. No, not the latest one. The one before that. The one with
Lane.
What's the one with the guy from Roseanne? What's his name?
Yeah, Cloverfield Lane. With John Goodman.
John Goodman. That's it. Yep.
Yeah,
there it is.
Yeah.
And Journey Smollett. Not really sure who that is. Will be Black Canary.
So we got our Black Canary, and well, are they going to go all out? Are they going to make her an official Black Canary?
Well, she's black.
Well, with her powers and her martial arts skills.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't think she'll be, but I think she'll have her powers, but I don't think they'll make her like one of the top 5 martial artists like she is in the comics. I don't think she'll be heralded like that, but I think she'll be. I think she'll be nasty, but I don't think she won't be top 5.
Mm-hmm. We got ourselves a little Harley Quinn, Black Canary, and
the Huntress,
and a little Huntress.
Yep. And the main villain is going to be Black Mask.
Oh, wow!
Played by. Would you like to guess before I say?
Antonio Banderas. I'm kidding.
Ewan McGregor. I love your reaction.
After he's come off his stint from Split.
Oh, Obi-Wan.
Oh, Obi-Wan has split and has become into the DC universe.
Obi-Wan.
Wait, Obi-Wan has split from Train Spotting and come to the DC universe. And so here's the thing. That sounds all awesome. You know he'll do an amazing job, as he always does. But, man, let's see. That brings up a whole bunch of possibilities. Are they going to do a true Huntress? The daughter of the Catwoman and Batman?
I mean, maybe.
And if they do that, are they going to do something dirty? Like say like Black Mask killed Batman or something?
No.
You know what I'm saying? And then,
no.
Oh man.
I'm gonna tell you exactly what they're gonna end up doing. They're gonna end up just screwing over Dick Grayson. They're gonna have like, because I'm sure Batgirl will be in it at some point. They're gonna have like Dick Grayson get killed by Black Mask, and all the females are gonna work together and avenge Dick Grayson.
Hey, regular Scott.
What up?
Why you got to be that way, man?
I'm just saying.
Listen,
I'm
folks,
just preparing myself for the worst.
Regular Scott, as I always want to tell you, man, don't prepare yourself. They'll have Dick Grayson be the secret agent that he is, right?
Grayson?
Or is he, what actually is he? You know what? They could possibly have him be the trapeze artist in it.
Hey, listen, why are you playing? I think a Dick Grayson spy movie with him as Grayson, and you don't reveal that it's Grayson until the very end of the movie, and you don't know that you're watching Dick Grayson, and you do it Mission Impossible style, like, I think that could work.
No, it's good, but you always have this other thing that's going on, man, that's like, you always have this thing that goes, well, what's up with Bruce? What's going on? You know, would, and I mean this, like, and this, would Bruce Wayne ever approve of Dick Grayson becoming a spy?
No.
You know?
He wouldn't.
And here's the other thing that people this was my problem with him becoming a spy and all this other nonsense too. If he becomes a spy, who is he spying for?
He's spying for Batman.
And by the way, and who is he spying on?
He's spying for Batman. He's definitely spying for Batman.
Okay. Yeah, so if you bust out a storyline that's got him like doing some Jason Bourne-ish stuff, but it's all to retrieve something that Batman can't do, you know, and that's kind of cool, man.
It could be cool. It could be cool.
All right. Give me a month to write it. Cool.
I'm just saying. I think it could be cool. That's pretty much all I got for the news docket. Unless you got some good news for me.
Nah, yeah, I do actually, man. And the good news is, y'all need to go ahead and get a hold of that DC universe and start watching Titans. Okay. I
got some real good news.
All right. Okay. Here we go.
You ready for it? Some really life-changing good news.
Okay. All right. Hey, regular Scott. As long as it's not something that says I actually changed my mind and Jane Foster is actually great, I'm cool. I'm down with anything.
All right. Good. Arrow has been really good through 3 episodes.
Okay.
Hey, and Daredevil season 3 has done a. Let me just. I might end up regretting this word later, but let me just say it has done a masterful job of introducing Bullseye. Let
me say this to you, man. I just got hit up by my friend. He just sent me a text and said, man, Daredevil, episode number 4, season 3, amazing.
I'm assuming that must be the which will go down in infamy as the 12-minute one-shot jail fight / breakout / break-in scene. Hint, hint. And by the way, you see Matt Murdock at his best. And no, I did not say Daredevil. You see Matt Murdock at his best.
Well, see, now here's the problem. This comes into a problem.
And you know I love a one-shot. You know I love a one-shot.
I know you do. But see, here's the problem, and I got a serious problem, and I want to address it if I can address it real quick.
Please.
And I don't know how to properly say this, man, but I'm just going to say it to get off my chest. How are you going to say that to me right now when you know we got to talk about the greatest TV fight scene, and I haven't seen that yet, man?
Oh, well, it's okay, because V's isn't here, so we get another week.
So see, man, you know, regular Scott, you just bummed me out, dude.
Hey, look, I was ready for V's. I just want you to know I had 2 Game of Thrones scenes that I would have talked my way into making better than Battle of the Bastards.
So, do you think you could carry this podcast on by yourself just for 12 minutes while I go watch this scene and put the new report back? Is that okay?
I might be able to.
Okay. I'll be.
Hey, look. At the least, I can give you 5 solid minutes of me just rambling about like Dick Grayson.
All right. Oh yeah, exactly. Hey, so look, man,
we might lose a few listeners, but
man, look, man. Once again, Twitterverse, please help this guy, help regular Scott become amazing Scott by telling him Dick Grayson, he's not that great.
Well, actually, it's funny you say that. Let's go ahead and jump into our main topic while we're talking about the different mantles and whatnot. We'll start with Robin while we're on Dick Grayson. I did put up a Twitter poll, and I asked who is the best Robin of all time. My choices were Dick Grayson, Tim Drake, Damian Wayne.
Wow.
Other.
Who? Now listen, man. The others are blanketed because you got your girl, man.
Oh, you got Stephanie. You got Jason.
Yeah, man.
But
okay.
So, who do you think won?
Oh man, greatest Robin. See, you know what? I'm gonna say this without feeling bad about saying this. The greatest Robin question is a generational question. Because for me, the best Robin has always been Dick Grayson, the first.
So who do you think won the poll?
I know. Yeah, that was my way of trying to.
No, you always trying to get your way out of answer. You're not doing that with me.
I know, man. See, man, why can't you give an old man a little bit of leeway?
Oh,
okay,
man.
Here, I'm going to tell you this. I'll say it right now. Yeah, look, man. They done went with Damien, dude.
You think they went with Damien?
They went with Damien because they always watched the movies, man. They watched the animated stuff. They went with Damien. They like his little spunky attitude.
Dick Grayson got 50% of the vote. Damian Wayne got 30% of the vote. And Other got 30% of the vote.
Well, hey, yo, regular Scott.
Tim Drake got 0.
Okay, but see, when they say Other, that means that Stephanie got 10%, Jason got 10%.
And there's probably another Robin we forgot about.
Hey, Robin on Planet 2347 got 10%. So yeah, man. Hey, and by the way, y'all, hey, can we just talk a little bit? I'm not one to try and make arguments for everybody, but I do try and stress and seeing every point of everything. It's healthy. Look, Tim Drake is known as, even Bruce Wayne, Batman, has said that Tim Drake's mind is so keen that he is envious of Tim Drake's detective mind. He said that Tim Drake is actually one of the greatest detectives. The cat, when he was a kid, when he was a teenager, figured out Batman was Bruce Wayne.
Are you trying to put me on the Tim Drake bandwagon? Is that what's going on here? Are you upset that he got 0%?
I'm not upset. I might be a little
disappointed.
But yeah, folks, let's chime in again and give your comments. But And I think people slip on his fighting skill, and I think people slip when they used to call him Red Robin because they're like, "Who's this hamburger?" You
Yeah,
know?
Red Robin was a joke. I don't know why
Yeah,
they
that was
did
kind of
that.
terrible because it's just like every was like,
Well,
hey,
no, I know why they did it because they thought they were going to have another Red Hood. Red Hood worked. Red Robin didn't.
right. Well, but the whole point was that when Batman was in trouble and he got all his family together, he was like, "I need Batwing, I need Robin, I need Nightwing, and I need Red Robin."
Yum.
So it just didn't work, man. It didn't work.
I'm with you. But I think he's much better right now as Robin, Tim Drake Robin, doing the Detective Comics thing.
Yeah. Because the whole thing is, who do you think we're going to see as Robin in 3?
Robin in what?
Oh, sorry. Who do you think we're going to see Robin in season 3 of Young Justice?
Oh, it's got to be Tim. I mean, it's got to be Tim Drake.
It's Drake. It's Drake.
Yeah, it's got to be
has
Tim
Drake for sure.
I mean, it's got to be. I don't think there's any question about that because Nightwing is Nightwing at this point. Like he already became Nightwing, so it's got to be Tim.
Yeah, I still go back to season 2 was I believe first episode when they introduced like Tim Drake Robin and they had Nightwing Dick Grayson just being like, hey, be cool. Stay back. You don't need to engage if you don't have to, because they kind of alluded to the other Robin kind of meeting his end. You know what I mean?
Right. I like that.
That was awesome. It was
little
great,
touches,
wasn't it?
little touches like that.
It is always a little thing.
So while we're on the Robin, before we get off of it, rank them.
Oh, A. Tim Drake.
Number one. Number one.
No, ho. You want best to worst or worst to best?
Let's go worst to best. You want me to go first?
Dude. Jason Todd was the worst.
No question.
Absolutely. Hey, but I will say this. Jason Todd had a little tiny moment when they were doing these weird, DC had these weird kind of like contest of championship battles where they had like alternate Batmans fighting each other, alternate Wonder Womans, alternate Supermans. And so Batman was like, okay, we have to have this battle. And he was going to get Tim Drake and some other Robins to fight. And he goes, this is going to be dangerous. You guys could this is going to be dangerous. You guys could lose your lives. And Tim Drake, sorry, my fault. Jason Todd, for once in his life, actually said something cool. He was just like, yeah, you've always thought this was a game. We've always known this is real.
Oh, wow.
And I was like, okay, Jason, you get one moment. That's cool.
That's almost enough to get him his own series.
Hey, regular Scott, that was really a defining moment when he said that to me. I was like, oh, yeah,
Hey, that's a lot of Red Hood in him right there.
Yeah,
Early.
see, like the Red Hood thing, it's fine, man, And also, let's get back to the real folks. This guy gets the worst because why is Bruce Wayne telling this dude to dye his hair when he was a redhead?
I don't think most people do that, but that's a good little fact.
Dude, that's on some crazy weirdo stuff, dude.
That's a good little fact. All right, so keep going with your rankings. So Jason Todd, number 5.
Worst, dude, worst.
We're in agreement on that, so I'll keep going. Jason Todd's my number 5.
Okay, who's your number 4?
My number 4 is Stephanie Brown.
Yo, now my girl Stephanie from the whole Dark Knight.
Actually, you know what? You're right. I put Tim Drake number 4. Stephanie's number 3.
Okay, cool. Justify.
Only reason I put Tim Drake that low is because, yeah, you know what? Because Stephanie does more than hold her own, and in this latest Dark Knight Returns series, she's definitely a beast. So that's a fair point. I'm glad you corrected me on that. Tim Drake goes there. He's had one moment for me where he really shined, and he really kind of. During this. It was called the like Attack of the Iron Monkey Fist or something like that. It was a 5-part crossover.
Okay.
In comics, it was Green Arrow, not Oliver Queen, but Connor Hawke. We'll get to that mantle switch as well. But Connor Hawke, who was like, I believe at the time, the number 2 hand-to-hand fighter in the world.
Absolutely.
I believe. It was his issue, Detective Comics with Batman. It went to Batman. It went to a Robin comic. It went to a Nightwing comic. And then it went back to a Green Arrow comic. And it pretty much is, they're all going through it. And they're fighting Lady Shiva, who is the number 1 hand-to-hand combat. Is that correct?
Unmistakably, dude.
Okay. And so pretty much they're going, Batman pretty much admits, I can't beat Shiva. Hand-to-hand, one, like, that's not going to happen. He tells Connor, you can't either. Connor goes and fights him, and he's holding his own, and apparently he holds his own longer and more than anyone else has ever against Shiva. And before she deals this death blow to him, Tim Drake comes in and is like, you owe me one. Because apparently Tim Drake saved Lady Shiva's life one time.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was drowning or something, and he saved her, and she owed him a life, so she let him go. And Tim Drake, the way he did it, he was like, she was like, this is my kill. Tim Drake's like, nah, you owe me a life. This is the life I want. And she said, well, I will come for you then if you choose this one. And he said, well, then that's what you're going to have to do. He, manned up.
Mm-hmm.
I like it, manned up. And this is teenage Tim Drake. This isn't like, adult Tim Drake.
Yeah, I know. But see, here's a couple points to piggyback off this guy. That's why he can stay at number 4, because I have some strong feelings about Stephanie. But I do want to just reinforce some things, that all the Robins have their strong points. They're a good family, okay? But Tim Drake, once again, one negative is that they were also floating this idea that Tim Drake is a superb hand-to-hand fighter because Lady Shiva also taught him. But along with Tim Drake and Connor, it's bullshit. It's just it's just DC trying to say, look at this nothing character. We were going to give him some amazing abilities. No, you don't get them. You don't get these abilities just because, like, Oliver drops some sperm. It doesn't work that way. And Tim Drake doesn't get it just because they're trying to fill space,
No, I do like Connor Hawke, though. He wasn't a bad character. He wasn't great, dude. But he wasn't bad.
It's fine.
He's not as good as Oliver Queen.
We'll have a discussion about that one, too.
So
but I will just say again so let's get back to number 4.
Well, no, Tim Drake. Go into number 3.
Again. Hold on. Tim Drake again.
Mm-hmm.
Great detective. And this cat has suffered too, man. When that whole thing when Captain Boomerang had killed his dad and stuff, it was crazy.
That was a lot.
Yeah, man. So number 3, Stephanie. She to me is pretty good, and I give her kudos just because she had to deal with a crotchety old Batman.
And she held her own with him too, man.
Well, and there's also good points too, like when Batman was just like, okay, discipline. Break that cat's arm, and she beat that cat and broke his arm, and she saved his life too. She's smart,
multiple times.
Yeah, I just love the scene what her potential would have been if he would have treated her like Dick Grayson.
So who's your number 2?
Damian, dude.
So why do you pick Damian over all of them? Because he's a better fighter and a better natural fit as Robin?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna give you the truth, dude. Look, Gregory Scott, I'm telling you this. This is why I do it, and it's just out of simple human nature. He getting Dick out of the equation. Folks, getting Dick out of the equation.
Because he's number 1. You already know he's number 1.
Right, but he is truly the heir to Batman. Damian is truly the heir to Batman.
Damian's too bloodthirsty. He needs a moral compass.
No. Time out. Not trying to go his morality or any of that. I'm just saying genetics. Strictly genetics and strictly get the throne. He is that cat. He's the heir to it. Dick Grayson. The only reason I put Dick Grayson as number one is because like he was the template of Robin that set the mode for Robin for
Shoot, he
Batman.
was the template for sidekicks.
Hold on, time out. I agree for sidekicks, but he was a template for Robin, for Batman, for Bruce Wayne Batman, and for us in our real world too.
Explain.
You know? When we learned of that Batman, we learned the story of Dick Grayson, like Batman taking in this kid, because not just for the simple fact that he like felt sorry for this kid, he didn't want this kid to turn into him or worse, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And so he takes his kid in, and there are some great moments in the Long Halloween, you know. And where if you go read that or reread it again, where you see that he's just like looking at this kid going, oh man, he's got potential. And you also see for the first time for Batman, I think for the first time for him, for Bruce Wayne, him actually going, man, this is what it would have been like if I would have had a son.
And that's why I think regardless of blood, Dick Grayson, it will always be more Bruce Wayne's son than Damian.
Oh man, everybody knows that too. Part of what Bruce's issue with Damian is that he has to spend half his time trying to just get that fucking Ra's al Ghul out of him, you know.
Hey, but that Ra's al Ghul in him is what makes him that nasty little warrior.
No, but you know
that ruthlessness.
Yeah, but
I mean, seriously, you know.
Batman's pretty ruthless too.
Batman can be ruthless, but ruthless to a point.
So yeah, you know, and also guys, you also need to remember too for all our folks listening. Dick Grayson number one, and we're saying for Robin because he is the template. He's the one that like got the Batman had to give the oath to. He's the first person to give the oath to say you're going to join me in this fight. And since then, everybody else has had to do it. You know. Yeah.
And you know, as far as template goes, he's probably the actual mantle of Robin is probably the template for how you move a character into their own thing and move another character into the same mantle without kind of skipping a beat. You know, whenever you want to add a new layer to it.
No, I feel like Dick Grayson, and if you also separate them, Dick Grayson will become Batman, and then you know Damian will follow into that. Tim Drake was always just like, I might actually do something else. You just never know. Stephanie was just in it just to protect her family, like just to overall protect Gotham and like get out of her situation, you know. And then you just have, you know, that's it, yeah.
I'm just gonna go throw it out there. Dick Grayson is one of the top 10 greatest comic book characters of all time.
All right, we should move on. And so
I think you'd be hard pressed to find 10 more characters
in all of comics.
In all comics.
Wait, let's.
But that'll be for another day. We do got a few more people to get to. So we did Robins. Let's go to Captain America.
Okay.
We just did a DC. Let's go to Marvel. So is it 3 Captain Americas? Is that correct, or has there been more? Steve Rogers, Bucky, and Sam Wilson. Has there been more?
Yeah.
Talk to me. Agent 13?
Hey, no. There was...
Peggy Carter.
No. But if you want to keep throwing out names, sure. Why don't you throw out, like, She-Hulk? I don't know.
Hawkeye.
Howard the Duck.
Hawkeye.
So here, this is what we got. The only time that Hawkeye... No, that's not true. Guys, all our folks out there, correct me if I'm wrong, which I usually am. The only time you really get a Hawkeye becoming a Captain America was in a what if, and I think that was a what if the um, if the Kree won the war, won this crazy war or whatever, and you saw that they were going to execute Captain America as a symbol, to saying that this is a symbol of you Earthlings love so much, we're going to kill him. Hawkeye said, "Let me have them. Let me take on the suit." They kill him. Steve Rogers avenges his friend's death and kills the Kree. It's great. It was a very bad story, by the way. Um, so back to Captain America. When they were in the rush to make the super soldier serum, there were many test subjects. Steve Rogers had the intestinal fortitude to survive both treatments, which is the ray and the serum, the super soldier serum. We always forget there were two parts to it. One of the test subjects before Steve Rogers was a black man. Let me get, I can pull up his name pretty easily. You guys can too. For reference, his grandson was the Patriot from when the Young Avengers were around.
Oh wow!
But but when the super soldier serum worked on him, but it turned his body into a magnificent thing, but it basically dulled his mind. And yeah, it super dulled and retarded his mind. It literally kind of stopped some things, you know. And he and people acknowledge it, saying that he fought the good fight and he still helped lead the way, and through his genes and genetics, you know. And actually, you know, I think it made him like, there's a series about it, and it like made him like aggressive and regressive too. But through his genes, we get my dude who's the Patriot. And again, I can pull up names and stuff. I'm just kind of like I don't have it on me right now, but so we have that. Okay. So he was actually born, and for a little bit of time he had to take some some drugs to get the serum activated. But we had a black Captain America, you know.
I didn't know that.
And I'm gonna trip out some folks too. There was a little bit of time in the Ultimate Universe where Captain America became Black Panther. And I hear nothing but silence.
Yeah, well, I mean, you gotta elaborate.
Well, hey guys, remember the Ultimate Universe in the Ultimate Universe comics? That first 12 episode arc. It was awesome, brilliantly drawn. Brian Hatch, I think, just so good, fighting all the good fights. But then when they got to like the second part, they did all these weird things. Like they had Hawkeye wearing a face mask. T'Challa did not get the heart shaped herb. He got his powers through some other way, and he was mute. And he couldn't really talk, and so sorry, that's a lie. He couldn't really talk. He could not talk, and he wanted to go back to Wakanda because he had to overthrow these people that were trying to take over Wakanda. It was something crazy, guys. I'm sorry if I'm not getting the story right, but Steve Rogers took over as Black Panther. It was nuts.
Yeah, that's a lot to take in.
Yeah, and I hope I'm getting that part right. But yeah, Steve Rogers took over him for that. But other people, and remember though, there was also, I believe, yes, Jessica Jones and Luke Cage. Their daughter basically becomes a Captain America-ish type character in the future.
Who's that?
I want to say, folks, help me out here. Danielle something, you know?
You call on the folks like they're here. They can give you the answer like you got a lifeline.
Nah, man. Hey, no. My folks will hit us up on Twitter and they're filling these blanks and stuff. But
Need for Marvel vs. DC.
Yeah, man. So she was in the future, in the alternate future. She was a bit of one too.
Okay. Let's. So we got about 5 of those. Let's go on to Iron Man.
Yeah, hold on. I'm always that female Captain America. Yeah, she had a good story arc tonight. 'Cause I think she had a little bit of a. She might have been in Exiles too. You know.
Mm-hmm.
Um, no, no. Okay, Iron Man.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Because we got Tony Stark, we got
I
Rhodey, we got
know.
Pepper Potts, we got Iron Heart.
Oh, but hold on. Hey, hey, you forget you also have Norman Osborn, Iron Patriot. You know, he was representing Iron Man for a little
That
bit.
wasn't Iron. He was more so like a war machine.
Well, then you also have like
That was War Machine's armor, though, right?
Obadiah Stone.
Was he an Iron Man though?
It was like I think he's like some ironmonger kind of weird thing.
Oh well, yeah. Okay, all right. Well, I guess we can.
You got Iron Man 2099. You know, who's still a Stark. You know.
You got the Doctor Strange Iron Man.
Oh yeah, man. There's a yeah. Iron Man's a good one too.
We did the Black Panther, Shuri, obviously Captain America. There was a white one. How about Batman?
Well, yeah.
We only really touched on one, kind of Dick Grayson, but we barely mentioned that Damian Wayne becomes Batman in a special arc. What about Azalea?
Yeah, that's fine. But what about Thomas Wayne?
Oh, that's a good one. That's real good. Yeah, that's real good.
Come on, yeah,
that's
man.
real good. Batman Beyond. We'd obviously have to include him. Terry McGinnis.
Of course. Yeah, very much so.
Definitely got to include Terry. Superman for one episode when he fought Bane on the animated series. One of my absolute favorite episodes, by the way.
That was definitely a good one too.
Bane was like, because Bane was kind of tossing him around because Superman wasn't trying to use his powers, and Bane's like, "Yo, what's wrong with you? This isn't even fun."
But that was a good one. I think I might watch that again.
He knew, I love when like fighters like can tell who they're fighting just off of how they fight. He's like, this isn't you. What's going on? It's great. Bane's a great character. It's a great side character in the cartoon that it is. Let's stick to DC. Let's talk about the Flash.
Okay.
We got Barry Allen. Actually, we got Barry Allen. We got Wally West. We got Bart Allen. We got Jay Garrick. We have
the Reverse Flash imitating the Flash.
Edward Thawne.
Yeah.
We got the Wild Wild West Flash from Earth 138.
Yeah, but I don't even want to do because you could easily go to
I know. I only said that because I read the Flash Wars comic, and he plays a part in that. Any other prominent Flashes that I'm missing?
Man,
Barry, Bart, and Wally. Those are the prominent three. Impulse, correct? Those are the main three.
No, dude. Listen, Barry, Bart, Wally. We can't forget about Jay.
Well, who are the main three? Who are the three fastest? Bart, Barry, and Wally.
Now wait. So are you skipping subjects? I thought we were talking about the different types of Flashes.
What do you mean skipping subjects?
Because I thought we were people who wore the costume and stuff like that, not who's the fastest.
Well, we just talked about all the people who wore them, so I'm just asking who's the fastest.
Oh, who's the fastest? Okay. All right. Obviously, I need to have another beer. The fastest period is going to be on some Impulse or some Barry stuff.
It's probably Wally.
It's not Wally.
How do you know?
Because Young Justice, Wally didn't survive.
We don't know that.
We
don't know that.
We'll see. And also, and there also...
There's a very good chance Wally's in the Speed Force.
Yeah, but then also we also know that Jay and Wally have said before that Bart and Barry were talking, and they're just like, "You guys are talking too fast. Well, what you guys?" They're like, "Oh, sorry," you know. So it's those two are the fastest. That's just from Young Justice.
Okay, sure that.
That's his fact.
I would have said Barry probably.
It is Barry. Barry by far is the fastest. He even in Kingdom Come, he is literally the speed horse.
Wow. Kingdom Come's a great comic as well.
Yeah. So good. So
let's
good.
go back to the Marvel verse. Let's talk Ant-Man.
Hank Pym and
Scott Lang.
You know.
So are you team Penn or team Lang?
I'm team Lang
all day
because Hank is just an asshole.
Oh, Hank almost destroyed the Marvel universe.
Well, Hank's an abuser. He's a psychopath and he hits women, so I'm not into it.
Well, that's on top of him almost destroying the Marvel universe.
Yeah, so just okay, and his silliness helped create Ultron too.
Exactly. Let's stick in the Marvel universe. We'll go to Spider-Man.
Too many, dude. You know this.
Not really. There's only with just the name Spider-Man. So no Spider-Man 2099, no, Ultimate Spider-Man, just Spider-Man. There's only been two?
Okay.
Peter Parker. No, three. Peter Parker.
Mm-hmm.
Miles Morales.
Mm-hmm.
Norman Osborn. No, I'm sorry, not Norman Osborn. Dr. Octavius. Sorry.
Dr. Octavius became Spider-Man?
He took over Peter Parker's body.
Yeah, I don't count that.
Okay, fair
but I will say this though. I feel like there's been Miles, Peter, and Peter Parker, Ultimate Peter Parker, who was killed by the Green Goblin.
That's fair. I'll give you him.
Yeah.
You can have him. You can have Jesus Peter Parker.
Yes.
Peter Jesus Parker.
Yeah. Just saying Jesus, yeah.
Peter Jesus Parker. Let's go to Green Arrow. Back to the DC world. We talked about it a little bit. Connor Hawke and Oliver Queen. Sounds like you weren't a Connor Hawke fan.
No, it was just a silly. It was like we don't know what else to do with Green Arrow at the time. Let's replace him. It was a very silly stunt. It was silly.
I agree. It was a little silly, but it did produce one of my favorite crossover comic book arcs of all time. So I am okay with it with that. Oliver Queen is my guy, though. Probably my second favorite comic book character.
Wow.
Probably. I'm a big Matt Murdock guy too.
Well, that DC showcase is really good. That that Green Arrow one
with Batman, right?
It's Green Arrow versus Merlin, and Black Canary has a guest appearance at the end. It's awesome. It's like a little 15-minute one shot.
I love a good one shot, man.
It takes place in the airport. It's super good.
So tell me, Oz, am I missing any mantle passings? Am I missing any?
Yeah, you're missing a lot, man. Actually,
we'll talk to me.
You're missing the Incredible Hulk.
Okay, we got Bruce Banner and who?
Amadeus
Cho. Yes, very good.
Yeah, you got also. We should touch on Thor.
Should we touch on Jane Foster and what's his name?
Yeah, well,
what's his actual name? What's his human name he went by? Like Bill Walker?
You got Jane Foster, Donald Blake, and you got Beta Ray Bill. He was Thor for a bit too.
Yeah, but he's Beta Ray Bill though.
But he was Thor though. He acted as Thor, and when he picked up the hammer, because we remember what the inscription says: if you are worthy, you will become Thor.
Okay, so Vision is Thor.
He never became Thor.
But he's worthy.
Hey, apparently he is a worthy robot.
Who else?
Some more.
Yeah, keep going.
People will not remember, and I don't remember the names, but just for giggles, there's White Tiger. There was a male White Tiger, and then was killed, I believe. And then the Jade Amulet went to a woman, and then she became the White Tiger. That's all in the Marvel universe, kind of like on that Iron Fist and stuff like that.
Oh, Green Lantern.
Oh yeah, we definitely got to do Green Lantern. We see so many.
Yeah, Hal Jordan, John Stewart, Guy Gardner,
Kyle.
Kyle.
Yep.
What's his name? Kyle
Radner.
Kyle Radner,
or
Guy
Raynor,
Gardner.
Raynor, I think it is.
And then there's the new duo of Green Lanterns they got now.
I'm sorry, folks. I just never got into them, never understood them.
Well, now, like, there's so many colors, like the red, and then there's like this ultimate purple. Like, I think John Stewart's like this purple lantern now.
Well, look, there's white, black, purple, red, orange, yellow, green, blue. Those are it.
Man, there's a black, right?
Yeah, I said black.
Oh,
black
okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's Green Lantern.
And then there was a Power Man. There was a Power Man and Iron Fist. Those two had different incarnations. Nick Fury.
That's not really a mantle passing, though.
Well, I just remember it kind of is because there was Nick Fury, and if you read the comics, folks, there's Nick Fury Jr., who's supposed to be Samuel Jackson.
All right, fair enough. What can I say?
Just a thought. Please hit us up.
Fair enough.
Let's hear your thoughts.
On the Green Lantern thing, who's your favorite out of those? I grew up with John Stewart, so.
So the way it's supposed to happen is that Guy is super. His willpower is just because he's super headstrong and arrogant. John's willpower comes from him being able to make the most elaborate Green Lantern projections that any lantern could do. Mm-hmm. Kyle is supposed to be the most creative and artistic, imaginative of them all.
Hey, why they make the gay one the one that's the most artistic and creative? Like,
well, I know. Well, why do they make the black? Why do they make the black one the most elaborate? Like just saying, well, he can do these really impressive things, And why they make the country bumpkin do the angriest one?
Yeah, I guess you're right. They did kind of stereotype all of them.
They had them all stereotyped.
Now, what about Hal?
He is the good-looking, arrogant test pilot who has willpower.
Just straight willpower.
The good-looking, white, arrogant, dude who's like, Top Gun.
Tom Cruise.
Yeah, Tom Cruise. Come on, man.
Fair enough.
Yeah, this is silly.
Who else? Anybody else we forgetting?
Oh man. Oh yeah. Of course. We have. Hold on. Give me a hot sec. Lifeline. All right. Just off the bat, who else are we missing?
I think that's about it. I think we've covered.
What?
No, I don't think that's all of them, but I think we've covered the gist of the prominent ones.
Yeah. There was a short time when Wonder Woman was replaced and it had the mantle passed.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, she was a kind of like a ginger Wonder Woman who was just super fierce, tough and fierce,
fiery,
just fiery, Yeah, I think for now, for now, that will do. I have to think some more.
Okay, so that's the Mantles and the different characters who have held them. That was a good chat. Next week, I'm not sure exactly what we're going to be talking about, so I'm gonna give you a little idea. Oh, go ahead.
Oh, I believe, sir. Were we not? Tell me when we were supposed to be discussing the X-Men and Black.
Well, we can discuss Black next week. X-Men, we might wait a little bit because I got a Twitter poll running that I think I'm going to try to coincide with the X-Men one.
Okay.
Just to give you a heads up, Old Man Logan is winning. Actually, Old Man Logan just won. I put up which graphic novel we should read and kind of review and talk about, and Old Man Logan won. So I'm going to need to dive back into that, so I might need a little more time.
Oh, please, man, that one is great. Now, that, to me, just so you all know, to me, Old Man Logan would make a great animated movie.
I think, me personally, I liked House of M better.
Really?
Yeah, and it's not that I don't like Old Man Logan because but I like the whole concept of House of M, and I think you really see how scary Scarlet Witch is.
No, I think it's the first time you get to see. I agree. It's the first time you get to see the extent of what her power is.
Yeah.
But man, Old Man Logan.
Old Man Logan is a timeless classic.
Well, it is. You see the bad guys win, and you see that the bad guys winning. It's ruthless.
Yeah, and and then you see why Wolverine is the way he is, and the comic book reason is a lot better than the movie.
Well, and to me, you know, you feel it. You feel it because you feel that he killed his friends and family.
Absolutely. It's
you know.
No, that's good. That's a good point. So
you know
that one. So we'll be talking about that. Actually, probably next week we'll probably go ahead and do our X-Men Black Old Man Logan episode.
Yeah.
So that one might be a little action packed. Keep you, give you a little something for the holidays.
Regular Scott, bring it.
What up?
Bring it.
Real quick. I know we're real late. We're probably like 3 weeks behind, but who cares? What's your favorite Halloween movie?
Favorite? Any of the Cube movies. Sorry, I love the Cube movies, man. I love them.
That's funny. All right, so...
Hey, what's yours?
My favorite Halloween or my favorite horror movie?
Favorite Halloween? Oh, yeah, we're right. Yeah, I see. I consider a Cube movie Halloween. What's your favorite Halloween horror movie?
My favorite Halloween movie with Jason? I mean, with Michael with Michael Myers?
Yeah.
Probably number 2. Probably
Why?
number 2.
Why?
Because that's the one where he like officially gets his No, I'm thinking of Jason. I like the first one. Yeah.
Boo.
Yeah, I'm thinking of Jason. I like the first one. The original one with Jamie Lee Curtis.
Yeah. Why don't you go back and research all your movies, dude, and we'll go back and discuss this again.
No, we don't need to discuss it. I picked it. Actually, no. I like the Rob Zombie ones. Now that I think about it.
I just was never a big fan of the Halloween ones, man. I saw the first one, really appreciate it, but I'm like, okay.
I think the first one's a lot better than the second one, but I really like the first Halloween. I might like it a little bit more than, not saying it's better, but I might like it better than the original one.
To each his own.
You know. All right. So final blow time. Oz, what you got for me for the final blow?
Man, I'm thinking to myself, trying to figure out a good final blow to send you guys off with some goodness. Watch Titans.
That's been your final blow for like the last 3 weeks.
But I'm gonna tell you, like straight up, this is what I'm gonna do. When we finish this podcast, I'm gonna immediately crack open another beer, settle in to some Daredevil season 3, and watch some prison craziness.
Hey, I ain't mad at that. I'm not mad at that at all. My final blow.
Ray Scott, what's your final blow?
Oh, my final blow is, just a shout out to everybody who's been listening to the show. We appreciate you.
Always, man.
Yeah, definitely.
Always.
We appreciate you. We probably don't say it enough on here, but shout out to all y'all. Arrow's been real.
Hey, Scott.
What up?
Thank y'all for indulging the nerds, man. Thank y'all.
Yeah, thank y'all for supporting the Blurs, man. The Blur culture is growing. Shout out to the Defy Life. So that might end up being I got my final blow. Here's my final blow right here. Peep this. Arrow Daredevil season 3, same one I had last week. And I'm gonna go ahead and give my picks for my TV fight scene because V's isn't here and he's not gonna listen to the show, so I don't have to worry about that. And Oz, I'm gonna go ahead and leave him with something to think about. So we'll have 2 fight scenes to think about.
Oh, here we go.
And I'm gonna give you 2 because I haven't decided which one I'm gonna pick. The Battle of Hardhome. If you need a reminder, that is the one where Jon Snow kills his first White Walker.
Hey.
What up?
I was going to say that, dude.
Okay,
That's
well,
good.
And you know
good.
what? You know what? That's okay, because I got another one. And the other one is the final battle where Jon Snow kills his second White Walker. And also the one where the Night King gets himself a dragon. And you see Jon Snow's entire squad surrounded. And just it's just a great fight scene. Definitely pulls no punches. And if you wanted, I could give you another one with Battle of the Blackwater. So I got
that was okay, but
the story behind it is what I would sell it on.
What did you think of? What did you think of? What was it? The Red Wedding?
Well, that's not really a fight scene, though.
Oh, it was. Oh, I guess.
I mean, I don't really consider it a fight. Everybody got blindsided.
Well, that's true.
I mean, Brienne and the Hound.
That's awesome. That was a good one. That's a good one too.
Yeah, like Brienne and the. I mean, that's a one-on-one fight.
Yeah,
that's probably the best one-on-one fight.
Even better than the Hound.
The Hound
even better than the Mountain versus
Oberyn Tyrell.
Yeah.
I think that's number 2. The only reason I say the Brienne and the Hound is because, hey, shout out to Brienne. The Hound tried to down her because she was a woman. If we keep it in 100, he wasn't even taking it serious at first, and she beat the bricks off of that dude.
Oh, I know.
And then the ending when he had to get saved by Arya, it was all good. It was all good poetic justice. If V's is smart, that's what he's going to use against us next week. Because that's one of the few battles that had a happy ending. But we'll see if he uses that or not.
I like that. That was good. That was good, regular. That was very nice.
You know what I'm saying? We'll see if he uses that. Because I have a couple arguments ready for him. Hopefully he doesn't figure them out before then. But so that's all we got for you. We're gonna check y'all out next week. Again, we are gonna do X-Men, Black, and Old Man Logan because that's what you guys wanted. Oz, tell everybody we'll see him next. Well, actually, we ain't gonna see nobody, but we'll talk to him next time.
Hey, yo, everybody, peace and love, and again, thank y'all for supporting. We'll see y'all next week. I will see you.
Talk.
You guys won't see us. You'll hear us next week.
Hit us up on the Twitter at Me4Marvel vs. DC. I'm your host, Regular Scott, a.k.a. Scott. We're going to holler at y'all next time. Peace.
Peace.